As you're becoming the best version of yourself, you can no longer be distracted. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance. And yes, that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, with that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, it's not for you. So don't force it, let it fly. But most importantly, grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. In this video, we're going to go over and discuss what distractions are, what to be aware of, and how to avoid them, as well as some recommendations, some reminders, some disclaimers, and obviously what we need to be aware of. I think I've already said that already. But anyways, starting off with the disclaimers. As you become the greatest and highest version of yourself, anything or anybody who is not in alignment with that will no longer be able to have access to you. Now, how are you going to be able to discern? Well, as you're in your isolation period, as you're working on yourself, as you're self-reflecting, you're going to know what you like and what you don't like. Anything that does not make you feel good, you will be able to know immediately, because your gut will start to rumble and bubble, right? Like our intuition, your heart will start to race. And most importantly, you won't feel safe or comfortable. You have to realize that anything or anybody who doesn't allow you to feel safe and comfortable, you're not going to want to be around them. So you'll feel tension from them. Then when you speak to them, there may be hostility. There may be passive aggressiveness. This is how you know if a person or a people or a place or thing is considered to be a distraction. When you are meant to do something, when you're meant to be somewhere, when you're meant to be someone, anything or anybody who's not open, welcoming, patient, genuine, supportive cannot force themselves with you emotionally, physically, psychologically, consciously, energetically, or spiritually. So if you guys are not operating from the same vibration and the same frequency, it's going to be a lot of confusion. It's going to be a lot of just competitiveness with a B, not P. Compatibility too, if we're being honest. And that's not something that you can force. So you have to keep that in mind. When you know what you like what you like, and you're allowed to stand on it. When you set certain boundaries with certain people, places, and things, and they have an issue, it's not for you. It will be a distraction. The second thing that you need to be aware of is that you are entitled to like what you like, and you're entitled to not like certain things. You're not always going to agree with everything and everybody. Everybody's not always going to agree with you. It's okay. How you know if something or someone is still a distraction is if they're able to accept you. So there are going to be times where you see things, you hear things, you do certain things, you're surrounded in certain environments, and you're like, you know what? I don't really align myself with this. I don't think this really is for me. And it's not. If that place and that environment and that person is still able to accept you, they're not a distraction. But if you're constantly having to argue, over explain yourself, if you're not able to be heard, if you're not able to just be you without having to dim your life or be palatable to make people comfortable, you got to watch what you say, you got to watch what you do, because it's going to offend people. It's not for you. It's a distraction. The third thing you also need to be aware of is that when you do like what you like, you have to stand on it. It's okay to not always see eye to eye with certain people, places, and things, because everything is not for everybody. So for example, on this account, I talk about motivation, education, information, and positivity and confidence, and how to heal yourself internally. Everyone doesn't want to heal. Everyone doesn't want to be motivated. Everyone doesn't want to be educated. And everyone energetically is not on the same frequency. That is fine. This is why anything or anybody who has anything negative to say or doesn't align themselves with this content, nobody's telling you to be here. Not just that, it's a choice. I'm not forcing people to be here if they don't want to be. I'm not going back and forth with people explaining certain things that I've said when I've made it clear the first time. Now, unless you have disabilities like hard of hearing, hard of seeing, maybe you're a young person, maybe you don't have certain experiences, it's like, okay, cool. But with that, people have to be open to receive information. People have to want to be in alignment with you. We don't do 50-50. So it's like if certain people and places and things are not open to you and your advice and your experience, or want to learn a different perspective, because that's what life is about, it's a distraction. And you have to know that. When I say certain things, it ruffles people's feathers. Am I concerned? No, because they either can learn from it, change their perspective, open their perspective, or realize, you know what, that Thai guidance lady is not for me, and that's okay. All that extra drama and that negativity and throwing shade and passive aggressiveness and sneak dissing and being weird, it's unnecessary. It's unhealthy. So it's just like, know that when you are doing what you're supposed to do, and that's going to be the fifth disclaimer, it doesn't have to make sense to everybody. What you do, what I do, doesn't have to be explained to those who are not meant to have access. Everyone's not going to have access to you. Everyone does not deserve access to you. Why? Because if, let's just say, you're somebody, like I said, who's positive and you're confident and you're full of light and you love yourself, and you're around somebody who's the opposite, everything you say and do is going to be an attack. Everything you say and do is, oh, you're being braggadocious, or you want to be in competition, or you think you're better than somebody, you think you're smarter than somebody, you think you know everything. I've met people who are ignorant like this, and I'm saying that word specifically because it's just like, nobody knows everything. So how do I think I know everything when I've only experienced certain things? And that's the thing. The only people who get offended with your education and your intelligence are people who are not as wise themselves. And I'm saying ignorant is because you can learn from any and everybody. Be teachable. I talk about the things that I've gone through, what has helped me along my healing journey, from my expertise and from my experiences. If I don't know something, you guys, I will tell you, I don't know. It's not hard. I don't have an ego. I don't need to operate, or I don't operate from my ego, from a low vibrational state. It's egotistical, arrogant, and stupid to assume somebody thinks they know everything, or somebody's trying to be better. How could somebody be better than you if they're not you? You see the delusion? There's no competition. Learn from people. The same way I tell you guys to take notes, I have mentors in real life. I've never not once told my mentors, oh, you think you're better than everyone else, or you think you're smarter than everybody else, because they said something I was unaware with. They said something that I haven't experienced, or they've done something I haven't done before. There's a reason why people say certain things, but like I said, if you have your thinking cap on, you would know. Clock it. So with that being said, the first recommendation is trusting yourself. Like, you have to be 10 toes down. You have to be confident in what it is that you say, especially when you know. When you know something, you know it. And you feel the conviction, you feel the passion, you have the receipts, you could research the information. All the information I'm telling you guys, you can research the information, and this is why I'm speaking on it. I personally don't like to speak on things that I don't know anything about, because, once again, not because I don't like to be wrong or I can't be wrong, but it's like, if I know I don't know something, or if I know I'm not experienced, why would I mislead people just to prove that I'm better or superior? Like I said, that's ignorant. That's not intelligent. Real people who from my experience at least, and let me know, you ever met somebody who was really wise, felt the need to belittle people because they didn't know what you knew, or they haven't done the things that you've done, or they would say things like, oh, you just think you know everything? How? That person is just letting you know their experience. And if you listen to understand, which a lot of people don't, you will realize, oh, this person is multifaceted. This person is actually intelligent. This person has a lot of experience. 1 + 1 is 2. 4 + 4 is 8. And that's what we're going to continue to do. Eat the boys and the girlies up. Thank you. Okay. The second recommendation is that you'll know when something or somebody is a distraction. Every time you go somewhere, it's something wrong. You have to start looking at the signs and the warnings. There's always a sign. There's always a warning. If you have discernment, if you're intuitive, like I said, your body will not feel safe. A lot of people think they have social anxiety. You've been traumatized. You have been around people who don't allow you to take up space. Your light, your confidence is so strong, it disturbs people. Let them be disturbed. Let them take their notes, because that's what they're supposed to be doing. People come into our lives to teach us things. We can interpret it and perceive it in a positive way, or you can look at it as an attack and see it as a negative way. Those people are still going to do what they need to do. I'm still going to take up the space that I've been taking up. Thank you. You need to be able to pay attention. If I don't feel safe, I'm not going to go around you. If you don't feel safe around people, they don't need to be around you. You don't need to keep going back and forth. And I don't care who it is. Create distance. Know where people stand with you, like associates, coworkers, and even people in your family. Like, create the boundaries, right? Because the people and the places and things that are for you are not going to feel like you're wrong for expressing yourself, being confident, and taking up space. When something is in alignment with you, it's not chaotic, it's not problematic, and it's not hard, it's not difficult. That's the second or third recommendation. Let me know what number I'm on. I think I'm on the second or the third one. But anyways, when you're in alignment with something or something, I said something or something or someone, it's easy. So like a relationship, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be difficult. You don't have to jump through 6 different hoops and hurdles like you're in gymnastics or in a circus. Why? Because both of you guys are secure and confident in yourself that it will work. Even when you guys, let's just say, have your differences. If you're constantly having to argue with people, if you're constantly having to fight people like physically, if you're constantly in altercations, if you're constantly having to have hostility and negative energy and be, like I said, shady and passive, those people are not for you. And I'm speaking from experience. All the people where I had to go like tit for tat with, or I had to like constantly let them know like, you're not it. You're not worth my time and energy. I realized I don't need to be around them. And I will let you know, like, a lot of times when people know they're not in alignment with you, people, because they're so just evil and just so miserable and just so low spirited, will bother you. And this is why I'm making this video. I've encountered people who had genuine intentions, good vibes, and cheese fries. And I met a lot of negative, nasty people who wanted to argue and not necessarily fight, because I'm not out here in these streets fighting, like just be nasty. And it's just like, if you were secure in yourself, you wouldn't feel the need to bring down other people. You wouldn't feel the need to compete with other people. Like, you wouldn't feel the need to gossip and spread rumors and lie or believe stuff about someone without getting to know them for yourself. Like, you wouldn't even be concerned about these people. So it's just like, you need to know when you're being distracted by certain people, places, and things, whether it's on YouTube, TikTok, because that's another place where you're going to be influenced. Like, you have to be so secure in yourself and your own thoughts and your own emotions that you're not easily swindled. Because people, like I said, who are not happy with themselves, unfortunately, because they don't have nothing better for themselves, they will try to distract you. Like, if you're in relationships with a man or woman and you're being stressed out, you're gaining weight, you're losing weight, like you're having high cortisols, that person is not for you. If you constantly have to argue about certain things, that person is not that person is not for you. And I guess I meant to say loving. Thank you, confirmation. People that are meant to be in alignment with you do not make it difficult. And that's how you know when something or someone is for you. This doesn't mean that you may not have moments and opportunities where you have to overcome them, but you need to know the difference between a healthy relationship and a negative relationship. A healthy relationship is going to strengthen you and, let's just say, challenge you in a positive way. You could be challenged in a positive way. So like, let's just say you're in a relationship with somebody and they're used to being financially stable and they're used to expressing yourself, and maybe you come from a background where, let's just say, you were less fortunate, or maybe in poverty, or you're not maybe as financially literate as this person, and you suppress your emotions. When you guys come together, if you guys want to be with each other, you guys will realize that, okay, we have to compromise. I'm not used to express myself. I'm not used to, being vulnerable. I'm going to practice those things, because like I said, people are going to trigger you, but you need to know, is this person going to be patient and listen to me, or are they going to shame me and judge me and try to use it against me because I didn't, are they going to make me, like I said, treat me like I'm less of a person? That's how you know if they're also a distraction. If people don't come to you with business ideas and they're not able to pour into you the way you're pouring to them, that's how you know you're being taken advantage of. Same thing with family members. Like, if they pick and choose when they want to talk to you or support you, but they talk and support everybody else, it's a distraction. And it's like, once you know the distractions in your life, you're not going to be upset. You're going to realize a lot of people sometimes are distractions that you are like familiar with, and it's time for you to cut them off. It's time for you to separate yourself, and it's time for you to move forward, because it's like, as you're walking with your purpose, the more you, like I said, are aware of yourself and you're protecting your energy, the less you'll come in contact with these distractions. Like I said, you'll go through things, but you'll know how to handle them. You'll know what to do. So that being said, I don't want to yap too much. Let me know if you guys like this video, as well as liking this video, comment down below. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for always engaging. Thank you for always having your notifications on, as well as following me on all my social media platforms. All the information is down in the description box below, as well as booking your service in your session. And head to Instagram or on TikTok for the rest of this month, or whenever you're watching this. Let me know when you're watching this. I'm going live talking about these things. But yeah, no more time for you to be distracted. You're gonna know what's for you, you know what's not. If it's for you, it's for you. It's not, it is. The girls who get it, get it. Those who don't, they don't have to. Is everything and everyone going to be for you? No. It's okay. We're not worried about who's not for us. We're not worried about who doesn't like us. We're not worried about people arguing. Let them be, okay? Focus on the things that are for you so you can continue to stay in that energy and that mindset and that abundance and receive the things that are for you, instead of worrying about people and places and things and just wasting your time. But it's like, don't ignore your intuition. I've met a lot of distractions in my life, and I had to remove them quickly, because the longer you surround yourself with people, places, and things who are distractions, the more you're going to feel like stuck and stagnant. So unless you have to be around certain people, places, and things, do what you need to do. Keep a certain level of professionalism and distance. But it's like, once you're able to separate yourself, once you have the funds and the mindsets and you're able to move and not be around these people no more, go no contact, okay? Love you, bye.